Hey, what up, people of the internet? I am back. I know, I'm kind of on a hot streak right now with uploading. Isn't that nice? Yeah, well, it's because I've been sick and I've been out of work, so it gives me more time to do stuff like this. But anyway, welcome back to Potty Plan Entertainment. My name is Chris, and in case you don't know, I review movies and I rate them on a scale of 0 to 100 in increments of 5. So, we're back, and look, I know this isn't a Christmas special, and I promise you, sorry, I said I'd stop making empty promises. I am very sure I'm going to be doing a Christmas special this year. But I rewatched this movie because I've been sick over the weekend, and I still am a little sick. I got like lingering effects of it, so if I'm like a little coffee, this coffee. You know, I don't drink coffee. I've just never been a coffee guy. But anyway, so I had some time to just watch a bunch of movies. And that's what I did when I was laying in bed sick for 3 days straight. Just watched movies. And one of them was one I've been trying to revisit for a while. It's The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. This is John Carpenter's best movie. It is not my favorite John Carpenter movie. My favorite John Carpenter movie is still Halloween. I don't have any t-shirts of The Thing, so I figured this was appropriate enough. My favorite John Carpenter movie is Halloween, but I recognize it's not his best movie. This is his best movie, The Thing. It is a reboot of The Thing from Another World, which is what Lori was watching on the TV in Halloween. By the way, The Thing from Another World. I have somewhere in the stack. I have this giant stack of movies here I've been too lazy to put away. This. Okay, so this is the original. Then John Carpenter's, and then we had this, which I haven't even watched this yet, and I don't know if I'm going to. I've seen clips from this, so this is actually a prequel, this 2011 Thing movie. I've seen clips of it, and the CGI is so bad. So bad. And originally with that movie, they were going to do, like, practical effects, and they filmed practical effects, but I guess the producers or someone looked at them and just said, nah, we're replacing all this great practical effects with really bad CGI. And I just don't know if I want to watch this. I'll get around to watching this at some point, though. And my stack is about to fall. Do not fall. Thank you. Okay. So John Carpenter's The Thing. This is a movie I really like. This is one of the few cases, there are cases of this out there, there aren't a lot, but this is one of the few cases where the reboot is better than the original. I don't even have to watch the original to know. This is better. And this movie was really panned when it first came out. Audiences and critics did not like this movie. I don't think it did very well at the box office. And I think it's just because people were grossed out by it. But you look at these practical effects, they are some of the best ever put to screen, and we're going to talk about that. So The Thing came out in 1982. Stars Kurt Russell, Keith David, Wilfred Brimley, T.K. Carter, David Clennon, Richard Dicer, Charles Holohan, Donald Moffat, Joel Polis, and Thomas G. Waits, and it was, of course, directed by John Carpenter. And this movie tells a story of several men who are at a research station in Antarctica that one day find a helicopter is chasing a dog and shooting at it. And when they get there and they're shooting at this dog, they shoot and kill the guys in the helicopter. Only to then realize this dog is actually an alien. And it is disguising itself as a dog and them. And then it becomes a whodunit to figure out who is the alien and who is actually themselves. Okay, so one of the, let's start with my pros. So I love the opening scene in this movie because it completely throws you for a loop. You start out seeing this helicopter chasing this dog, and there's a guy in it who's shooting at the dog, and you're like, why is he shooting at the dog? He is so sad. Me, why'd you do that? But then you realize he had a reason for it. It's because they attacked their research station, and they're trying to kill it before it gets spread, which is the plot of the 2011 Thing, because this movie completely and totally removes all the mystery of what happened to them at that research station. I'm really, really hesitant to watch this. Sorry. Anyways. Now let's talk about the special effects, because this is the main thing about this movie that I really want to talk about. The special effects in this movie are some of the absolute greatest in cinema history. Okay, these special effects still hold up to this day and look so much better than the crap we get from Hollywood nowadays. All this CGI garbage. Hollywood, you can keep it. Give me more of this. This is what filmmaking is all about. Love and passion put into these kind of things. And you could see the love that was made for this movie. That was put into this movie. I love when they go to the research station and find the dead guy sitting in a chair. He's got the blood sickles hanging out of his wrist. The monsters are also cool and gross. I love the head that sprouts the legs and the eyes go out the top of it. And then, sorry, I'm still a little sick. And then it crawls away. It's amazing. I love it. I'm going to throw this little graphic up here. I'm pretty sure this was drawn for the movie back in the day, of how they pulled off one of these death scenes. It's so amazing. It's so gross, but it's like gross in a good way. And I think at the time, people may not have just been ready for this movie, especially critics. I think Roger Ebert even hated this movie. But it's gross in a good way. It's like The Fly. Yeah, it's gross, but it's gross in a good way. They do a really good job with it. It's not like The Human Centipede, you know? It's not just gross for the sake of being gross. It's awesome. The sound effects in this movie are really good too. I love the noises that the alien makes when it's like transforming and stuff. It's gross, but it's cool. The sets were cold for real, and they actually did film this movie in snow, which, you know, they don't have to just stand there and, like, they weren't standing there in a green room like, oh, I'm cold. Like, no, they were actually cold. Like, I appreciate that. That shows that there was love put into this movie, and it wasn't just some studio CGI garbage. The performances are great. I love Kurt Russell in this movie. He's very, like, stoic, like, macho man, but, like, in a good way. Keith David is always a joy to see on the screen. John Carpenter directed the crap out of this movie. He knew exactly what he wanted to do with this. This movie, he takes this movie in such a thrilling, great direction. The pacing is perfect. He did an excellent job for this movie. And I know originally he didn't even want to do this, but thank God he changed his mind, because he was the perfect choice for this movie. And like I said, this is his best film. The music by Ennio Morricone, and I think John Carpenter obviously worked with him some too, because John Carpenter likes to make his own music. It's subtle, but it works. It's not really like one that you go back and listen to often. It's one of those soundtracks that more works better within the context of the film, but within the context of the film, it really does work. The cinematography by Dean Cundey, perfect. He does a fantastic job. The lighting is really good too. There's a nice mixture of colors. The lighting on the special effects like masked them a little so that they don't look like too like rubbery and stuff, because I'm sure that's something they were probably concerned about. But it's shadowed when the monster like transforms, and it that adds to it because it makes it creepier too. So the lighting in this movie is really, really, really phenomenal. And you feel isolated with these characters. I love isolated thrillers like this that do a really good job, like The Hateful Eight. And The Hateful Eight actually borrowed some of the unused soundtracks from this film, which is pretty interesting. And I love how you can't figure out who the thing is. When I rewatched this movie, it's been a while since I watched it, so I'd forgotten whenever the alien exposed itself who it was. And you cannot figure it out for the life of you. And in fact, even the actors didn't even know to really bring out their performances so that they sell it more. Because if they don't know, then we really don't know. That made all the difference in the world, I feel like. I also love Kurt Russell's character introduction when he breaks the chess computer for no reason. He just does it because he's mad, and it's like you sit there and think, like, I wonder like how expensive that thing was in 1981 when they were filming this. The tension is great. The tension in this movie really, really builds. It's got great jump scares, like the petri dish when the alien hand jumps out of the petri dish, and of course there's the stomach mouth when he's performing CPR and the stomach bites him. Great stuff. And then I love Kurt Russell's final awesome line to the alien when the alien is punching up through the floor at him, trying to get to him, and then it comes up and reveals himself, and he throws the dynamite at him, and he's like, yeah, F you too. Sorry, family-friendly channel. And then he runs away. Because when I watched it the other day, I was expecting him to be like, here, boy, fetch. You know what I mean? But, like, no, he's just like, F you too. And I'm like, that works. That's funny. I like that. All right, now, this is not a perfect movie. I do have a few issues with it. For one, Windows death isn't very, it doesn't hold up. It's definitely a weak special effect. It's very obvious that he's just a dummy, like with the way the legs are flailing everywhere. It doesn't hold up. Also, there's the exposition computer program that's like chances of somebody being the alien 75%. Like, no computer program like that exists anywhere, ever, at any time. Does that even exist now? And then the ending, that's probably the most talked about thing when it comes to controversy with this movie, besides the special effects, obviously, is that the ending's a little sudden, and it is. I like that it's ambiguous, but I would have liked it more if Kurt Russell was like maybe chased by the alien or did a little bit more of like battling with the alien. It does feel a little sudden, I'll admit. But I like after when it's just him and Keith David, where they don't really trust each other, but they're just sitting there like, well, I guess we're gonna die together anyways. That's a good ending to me. I appreciate that it's ambiguous and it's kind of heartwarming in a bittersweet way. With all that being said, I love this movie, and I'm gonna give The Thing a 95 out of 100. Hey, it's wintertime. I figured, you know what, this was appropriate. Yeah, that's it. It's been a few months since I've done a review. I love doing reviews, so it feels good to get another review back up on the channel. I'm not going to release this as a Christmas special. I guess technically I can maybe get away with that, but I'm not going to. This is just something I really wanted to talk about because it's been a while since I wanted to rewatch this and talk about it again. So hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Pie Plantain for more. Hit the like button, please. If you do, you will forever be my senpai. Okay, that's a lie. Everybody knows my eternal senpai will always be Lady Palutena. Sorry, ladies. Back off. Lady Palutena is the one for me. Okay, I'm being weird. I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Much love. Bye. Oh, and for a quick bonus, let's open this package that I recently got in the mail. I want to see what this is. I don't know what it is. It was just a mystery package that came in the mail. I was like, okay, I'll take that. So let's open this up. Let's see what we got in here. Okay. No. 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 No, God, please, no. 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 Okay, fine. Fine.